Join the family, subscribe to the Raiders Report if you're a real one. And if you are sub, spam RO4L down in the comments. Guess what? In the month of June, we're giving shout-outs to all of our new family members here. So, major shout-out to Christian Keller, Vince, Andrew, Steven, Robert H. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you do so. And if you are a part of the family, send that link down below to some diehard fans that aren't subbed and tell them, join the family here on the Raiders Report. Raider Nation, what's going on? You're watching the Raiders Report. It's Mitchell Renz here from Chat Sports, and today's show sponsored by True Classic. Make sure that you use promo code CHAT at trueclassic.com/chat if you want to get your hands on some of the awesome t-shirts that they have over there. I'm actually rocking one right now. Don't worry, those links for you are going to be available down in the comments and in the description of today's show. Now, who loves themselves some double Ds? You know what I'm talking about. It's Divine Deablo, and I'm telling y'all right now, the Raiders know, Raider fans know about the potential that this young man has, but I don't think that the NFL truly knows yet. So here's the thing. I believe that the NFL is going to find out that Divine Deablo is the Raiders' secret weapon on defense this upcoming season. So what I want you to do to show Divine a little bit of love, and I got something for you later on in today's show. Spam double D right now. I want to get 1,000 double Ds. I want YouTube to be like, what the heck is going on? Show Divine some love since he is entering year 3. Now, why am I doing this show? One of the reasons is because a lot of good news coming from Divine this offseason, whether that be at OTAs, whether that be at mandatory minicamp. And one of the biggest things is he's going to be wearing the green dot on defense. And when he was asked about the thought of wearing the green dot, he had a big smile on his face. Said that he played quarterback at a young age, which most freak athletes do when you're younger. So he gets to be the quarterback on the defense. Added 13 pounds of muscle this offseason. Patrick Graham has nicknamed him Big Swole. And I'll tell you what, when you got a player that is as jacked as Divine Deablo and then he adds 13 more pounds of muscle, I'll tell you what, I would not want to have an arm wrestling match with this guy. Standing in last season at 6'3", 226 pounds, he right now is playing around 234 because he got up to the reports were like 238, 239, and he felt like he was too big. So then he lost a few pounds to still be able to keep that quickness. But I found some pictures here, and I'll tell you what, Divine is looking hella good. But so this picture is from this year. The next picture is going to be from his Virginia Tech Pro Day, and as you can see, he was a lot slimmer, but that's when he was playing strong safety. He has bounced around from strong safety, and now he is learning the NFL position. And then you look at last season when he was playing at 226. I mean, I'll tell you what. I hope Alex doesn't come across this video because Divine is absolutely jacked. He looks like one of those Under Armour mannequin dudes, but probably should be wearing True Classic instead. So here's the thing. When I look at Divine, he's never had a work ethic issue. You go back, you look at past teammates. You talk to current teammates, current coaches, past coaches. It's never been a work ethic issue. The problem and some of the struggles have been, yes, the injuries have definitely hurt him, but then it's the understanding of the defense. And after you see and watch this show, you're going to be like, this guy's about to break out. So coming up here on the Raiders Report, I got 5 reasons why Divine Deablo is about to break out. But before I show you all of that, reminder, today's show is sponsored by True Classic. And if anybody out there needs an awesome gift for dad or dads, if you're watching now and you're like, shit, I want to get myself something, make sure you use promo code CHAT and go to trueclassic.com/chat. Father's Day is just around the corner, and it's time to find a gift that Dad will actually love. This year, give him the gift of style and comfort with True Classic. Their ultra-soft, perfectly fitted tees are just the beginning. True Classic is everything you need to build a complete wardrobe, from button-downs to Henleys to polos, and their latest comfort jeans and chinos are must-have for anyone who wants to look sharp and feel comfortable at the same time. But True Classic isn't just about clothes. They also have a line of active shirts, shorts, and joggers that are perfect for anyone who wants to stay comfortable while staying active. And If you're not completely satisfied with your purchase, they offer a 100% risk-free guarantee and easy returns. Don't forget to use promo code CHAT at trueclassic.com/chat to get 25% off your order, plus free shipping on purchases over $100. Give a gift that dad will actually love this Father's Day. Give him True Classic. Now, for me personally, I do really like their joggers. I often find myself wearing them when I take Chuck out for a walk. The button-downs, I have 2 of those that I do wear on the reg. And to me, really solid golf shirts, really solid dinner date shirts when I want to go out with Alex. But the T-shirts, the Ultra Fit ones, dude, whether it's the gym, whether it's here at Chat Sports, I love all these awesome gears. And from True Classic, which is funny, True Classic was in my closet way before they were sponsoring the Raiders Report. I think you guys are going to like them as well. Go to trueclassic.com/chat. Get a polo pack right now. So let's look here at why Divine Deablo would break out. Honestly, he probably needs some True Classics that can keep all those muscles in one spot. He understands the system now. People do not realize how big of a deal it is for a young player to finally understand the system. And here's the most crazy part. He's entering year 3. This is going to be the first time in his career that he has the same defensive coordinator. Like, can we not respect how insane that is? He is going to enter a year that year 3 usually is known as the breakout year, where your rookie year is the big transition from college football to the NFL. Sophomore year then is, okay, I got 1 year underneath my belt. I can get my feet wet, continue to go. But it's also just his 3rd season playing linebacker. As I stated earlier in the video, he was a strong safety at Virginia Tech. And for a long time, the Silver and Black have been looking for like that linebacker, strong safety role. I always throw out the old name of Tanner Muse. But, Divine has that ability to be a really, really solid player from top to bottom. And when he was first with the Raiders, you go from Gus Bradley, and then you go to a Patrick Graham defense. It's very, very different styles of defense. And I do think the fact that this is his 2nd year in the Patrick Graham system is why when you look at reports, when you listen to coaches, when you talk to sources, Diablo has looked so much better in coverage this offseason. When he was entering the NFL, the thing that I was the most worried about with him playing linebacker is how is he going to be able to stop the run? And he's looked pretty damn good at stopping the run. It's probably been his best asset on defense, both his rookie and his sophomore year. The area that he has struggled is coverage, and a lot of that is communication and execution. So when you look at his PFF numbers from last season, a 58.4 overall grade. The run defense matches the tape at 71.1. Pass rushing, 54.2. The coverage at 50.7. If he wants to be the Raiders' top linebacker, if he wants to continue to wear that green dot, the coverage grade needs to get better. From a coverage stats standpoint, last season, an 83.3% completion percentage against him. That needs to get better. Now, he didn't give up too many yards, but still gave up a lot of first downs. 3 touchdowns, and then that quarterback rating of 123.6, which was about 20 points worse than what you saw from his rookie season. Let's go to the next reason here why he's going to end up breaking out. The coaching staff believes in him. When you listen to a lot of players, I mean, this is another thing that, doesn't nearly get talked about enough. It's how long is the leash? Because there are certain dudes where the first mistake that they make, they could get yanked, and that's it. With Divine, this coaching staff wants and needs him to succeed. For that reason, he's going to have a longer leash. The biggest reason why the coaching staff likes him, they gave him the green dot. I mean, that is the ultimate pat on the back. That is the ultimate vote of confidence that we want you to be our quarterback on the defensive side. They didn't draft or really sign any notable linebackers in free agency. Think about when we were live for the 2023 NFL Draft. Think about all the crazy shows we did during free agency. We were sitting up here being like, are they going to go out and get a big-name linebacker? No. You know why? They believe in Divine Deablo. And the coaching staff continues to hype him up. So when the Silver and Black did sign Robert Spillane during NFL free agency, there were some rumors out there that he could wear the green dot. Well, from what it sounds like, Divine has totally outplayed him and has really shown this organization, this coaching staff that, hey, I'm ready to be that dude. And believe it or not, Josh McDaniels, he's kind of an important guy when it comes to making decisions, and he can't, this is an ultimate pause, Can't keep Divine Deablo out of his mouth here. I'm really fond of Divine. I think he knows that, and we've given them a lot of responsibility. Divine has grown literally every week since I've seen him and known him. He works really hard at the game of football. I think he's embraced this year as a year that is a growth year for him, not only on the field in terms of what he does on the field, but also how he can impact others. Speaking of impacting others, I kind of want to try to see if we as a nation here can rally, because one person, I can make a video, but if we can get 100 people to do this, 200 people, I bet you we can get Divine Deablo here on the Raiders Report. So I've already DM'd Divine, and I said, hey, man, I want you to come on the show. Giggity. So all I need y'all to do is this. Share the video. Click the share button underneath the YouTube. Click copy link. Then DM him on Instagram at Diablo. Tell him to join the Raiders Report. If we can get enough people to do it, I think we might get some double Ds on this show. Let's go to the next reason here why Divine Deablo is going to break out in 2023. He is a versatile athlete. The versatility word will continue to live and live and live, especially in the Patrick Graham system, but that's what this team wants, and that's what this team needs. If they want to run a 4-2-5 defense, they can have Divine out there. If they want to run a 4-3, they can do it. If they want to run a 3-4, which I don't really anticipate, if they want to go with something crazy like a 5-2-4, which I do think you might see a little bit this upcoming season, they need to have a player that can cover, that can run, stop, and use his athletic ability when need be to get after the quarterback. So when you think about these numbers here, 74 tackles and a tackle for loss, he also got injured. Like, this was in 8 games. You want to talk about a sample size. He was on a 17-game pace for 157 tackles. That would have been one of the best tackle numbers in the NFL. Now, I get it. I am a man who always says, well, you just can't look at tackles. But what about this? If a player who was on pace for 157 tackles, now entering year 2, starting to learn and understand the defense better, gets better in coverage, I'll tell you what, right now, if I can get him somewhere around 140 tackles, if I can get him to improve his coverage game, hell yeah, I'll sign up for that every single day of the week. And you know who else is excited about this guy? The Raiders defensive coordinator, Patrick Graham. This is what he had to say about number 5. There was stuff Diablo was working on last year. Communication, leadership, the athletic ability is there. He learned how to be a linebacker in this league. The beauty of it is he has Antonio Pierce in his room as his coach. For those that don't know, Antonio Pierce is the Raiders linebacking coach, who is one of the best to ever do it, in my opinion. And he knows how to do it at a championship level. I mean, he's just soaking that up. So again, you got Divine learning the Patrick Graham system and still learning how to be a linebacker. More reasons why you should be confident that he's going to have a hell of a year. Let's go to the next reason here why Divine Deablo is going to break out. He is a leader. Anytime you talk about a player that really wants to take that next step, and when I think of breakout, I'm not talking about just a household Raider name. I want Divine to be that guy that people are like, oh shit, this is going to be one of the new future linebackers in the NFL. And when I think about leadership, a lot of it is a vocal thing. It's when you got a group of men together, when you got a group of people together, can you get people to rally behind you? To me, Divine can do that. And one of the best, I guess, examples that I have is you go all the way back, and this was a shitty game, don't get me wrong, man, but after the Raiders lost 48-9 to the Kansas City Chiefs in 2021, Divine, as a rookie, okay, had this to say. Personally, I feel like a lot of people would just, lack of a better term, just fold. They'll just lay down, come to practice, not ready to practice. I know I'm a rookie, but I don't want my teammates to do that. I'm going to make sure they're ready to practice and we bring that intensity every day. For a rookie to sit up at the media stand and to give that answer after a 48-9 loss to Kansas City, dude's got balls. And sometimes you need to have balls in order to take some leadership. So the fact that he challenged the Raiders after that loss, guess what happened? At that time, the Silver and Black are sitting there at 6-7. I remember that watch party. I remember just the ultimate shambles that was going on amongst the nation. And then guess what happened? The Raiders won 4 straight games and ended up making the playoffs in 2021. You need guys that aren't afraid to look at other grown men, other teammates, other friends in the eyes and say, I know you can do better. You know what else you need is a leader to lead the way. Divine Deablo, from everything that I heard this offseason, is doing all of those things. Let's go to the next reason. Confidence. I don't care what you do, whether you are my dad used to always say, if you don't have confidence, you won't achieve anything. If you want to be the best, and this is a quote from my dad, the best underwater basket weaver in the world, guess what? You need confidence. If you need to do better in your job, you probably need some confidence. It sounds like he has confidence. If you're trying to go out there on the NFL and you're trying to be out there on defense and you're going up against some of the greatest athletes on the planet and you're second-guessing yourself because you don't have the confidence, you're going to get burned. And you go look at the tape from Divine last season, it's so many times where he's out there thinking. And obviously I want my players to think, but thinking and not reacting, where go out there, be an athlete. And if it's second nature and you can just go out there and know exactly what your assignment is because you're in this system again, that gives you confidence. I mean, look at this, man. Josh McDaniels on Divine Deablo. With knowledge comes that confidence in yourself and also the confidence to tell your teammates if they ask a question. Last year, I know we had a few younger players where somebody would ask them a question and there would be crickets. That's a bad feeling if you're the guy asking the question. So, Divine knows a lot more. He understands the whole scope of the defense. We're trying to get him to learn it from that perspective so he can help others. So there's, again, your head coach simply saying, like, hey, he is the most, which is a crazy thing to say out loud, the most tenured player in the Raiders linebacker room. He's been with this team for 3 years, but they want him to wear the green dot, be the leader on the field. They want him to be the leader in the locker room. They want him to show the confidence, to be that teacher, to be that player coach. And with this Raiders linebacker room that I have vocally said could be arguably one of the worst linebacker rooms in the National Football League. But guess what? Divine needs to help out first-year player here with the Raiders, Robert Spillane. You got a UDFA in Luke Masterson. Darian Butler's a UDFA. Curtis Bolton's a UDFA. Curtis, also, if you're watching, unblock me on Twitter. Then you got Amari Burney, who they drafted in the 6th round. Like, you have a lot of unknown commodities here that simply don't know the Patrick Graham system, and they haven't been with this organization for a long time. But we can talk about Patrick Graham. We can talk about Josh McDaniels. Hell, I can sit up here and blabber all I want. What it really comes down to is Divine. And guess what? He's confident in himself, too. This is what Diablo had to say recently. I am a lot more confident than I was last year. Last year, I was the new kid on the block. I was nervous. It was my first year in Graham's system, so now I am more comfortable. I've been doing it for a while now, so yeah, I'm ready. Well, we're about to find out this upcoming season how ready Divine Deablo is. So, what I want to know, after seeing all those quotes, after listening to this show, what is your confidence level as it stands right now in Diablo? I want you to scale it from 1 to 10. 1 being you're not confident at all. 10, you're very confident. And remember, we're trying to get him on this show. So I do want you to be honest because that's how the nation is. But I am curious to see what some of these comments are. And then if Divine even, it makes it this far, if he gives his answer. For me, my confidence level on Diablo is a 7. I do think that this extra year in the Patrick Graham system is going to help him. I look at the quotes. I look at body language. I also talk to players. I talk to sources inside of that organization, and it does look like a much different player. Sometimes all it takes is the light bulb to go on. And when you're as athletically gifted as Diablo is, if there's a less thinking and more just instantly doing, I do think that's going to help him out. However, this is the best shape of life season. This is everybody can do no wrong. I want to see it week 1. I want to see it right away, and I'm hoping we have that opportunity. If you made it this far in the video, shout out to all y'all. Remember, join the Raiders Report family. We're trying to get to 138,000 subs by the end of June.